Now let's move on to the next big development. The conflict is no longer limited to political statements or warnings. It is now becoming a battle of military claims and counterclaims. Well, every few hours, both the sides are announcing new operations, new strikes, and new victories. But in a war, one important rule always applies. Not every claim, it can be verified. And that brings us to Iran's latest announcement. Well, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or also we can call them IRGC, claimed that it had carried out missile and drone strike against the US military facilities in Bahrain. According to the IRGC, the attacks caused major damage to American military infrastructure. Well, Iran also claimed destroyed two strategic radar systems inside Oman, a long-range FPS radar and a surface detection radar. Now, why are these radar systems so important? Think of them as eyes of country's air defense. They help detect incoming missiles, drones, aircraft from hundreds of kilometers away. So if such systems are damaged or even destroyed, it can make it much harder for the military to track threats in the sky. Iran also issued another warning though. It said that the US military support network across the Gulf remains within its reach. And at the very same time, Tehran repeated that the Strait of Hormuz, it could remain closed until and unless American military operations come to an end. If that statement becomes reality, then the consequences could extend far beyond West Asia. The Strait of Hormuz, that is one of the world's busiest energy routes. So any prolonged disruption there, it can affect global shipping, energy markets and fuel prices. But here's the most important point. These claims have not been independently verified, and at this stage, there is no independent confirmation that the radar system were actually destroyed or that the reported damage occurred exactly as claimed. And that is something that we must always remember while covering any conflict. During wars, information itself becomes a weapon. Every country wants to show strength, every side wants to shape public opinion. And that is why it's very important to separate confirmed facts from claims that are still awaiting verification. But still, whether these claims are confirmed or not, one thing is far beyond any doubt. The military tension is rising rapidly. Well, every new announcement, it increases uncertainty. Every new claim raises the risk of further escalation. And yes, while Iran was making these claims about Bahrain and Oman, another Gulf nation suddenly found itself in the headlines. This time, the focus shifted to Kuwait. Well, as the conflict continues to spread across the Gulf, Kuwait has become the latest country caught in the middle of this confrontation. Iranian state-linked media confirmed that fresh drone strikes targeted the US military facilities inside Kuwait. According to Iran's Tasman news agency, American missile system, military bunker and support facilities were among the targets during what Tehran described as another phase of its retaliatory campaign. The IRGC also vowed that the attacks on US military bases across the region, it would continue. And at the very same time, the United States announced another wave of military operations against Iranian target. The US Central Command, also known as CENTCOM, they said that its latest precision strike, they were aimed at reducing Iran's ability to threaten international shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Well, this shows how quickly the whole situation is changing though. One side launches an operation, the other side, it responds. And then another response. The cycle continues, making it increasingly difficult for diplomacy to regain momentum. Well, for countries like Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar and Oman, this is an extremely sensitive situation. Many of them host American military facilities while also maintaining very important relationship with countries across the region. And as tension rises, they are facing growing security challenges that they did not create, but they are forced to manage.